Right, I think we've had plenty of adventure right now. I think we need some downtime. So let's head to this place called, I think it's called Paradise. So however you say that. I think it'll be a nice time for the crew and to have a nice chill out.
Landing site locked. Take us in.
And I believe we might have a little side mission. How you doing, Sam? I'm glad you can come with me. Just need to get your confidence too. Right, let's I believe. Yeah. Over here we can have a chat with someone.
Enjoy your stay, knowing you're in our capable hands.
Oh, I will. Hey.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Sugiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with?
I'm here about the distress call you sent.
Ah, yes, of course. I'm glad you came. As you can imagine, we're in a bit of a predicament. Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about.
Okay.
As such, we need to handle this discreetly. Failure on your part to do so could have severe consequences. So, before we proceed, can you swear not to discuss this with anyone else unless explicitly directed to do so?
Understood. I swear it. Let me know what you need.
Great. I appreciate it. Not too long ago, a strange and enormous ship appeared in Parima space. It is now locked in orbit around our planet.
Oh.
So far, it doesn't seem to be hostile, but any attempts to communicate with it have been in vain, so we're unsure of the ship's intentions.
Seems like a delicate situation. Go on.
It is. Whatever's going on, we need to approach this with care. First, see if you have more luck communicating with them. If not, you may have to try boarding. Whatever you do, it's important to remember to seek diplomacy with who or whatever's on board. As soon as you have any more information, report to Oliver Campbell. He's the CEO of Paradiso. All formal decisions will need to go through him, and he'll have your pay. Good luck.
When the time's right, I'd appreciate a chat.
Sure.
I'd appreciate your advice. After our last talk, I just feel a little more at peace, a little more whole. Cora's grandpa, good old Jacob, well, he just will not stop pestering me to see Cora, and that's complicated.
You don't talk much about your father.
He is not my favorite topic of conversation. My early years, they weren't good. My mother died when I was 7. Some people have such strong memories from their early life. Me, I mean, I remember her. I have some pictures. I remember the feelings, but just a few clear memories.
I'm sorry to hear about your mum.
Oh, it's all right. It's ancient history. So, Jacob raised me on his own, and shit, maybe I don't give him enough credit. I mean, I know how tough it is, but he was strict, hard. Dad was a longtime civil servant, a big man in government, and he had a future all laid out for me. Man, could he get his hooks into you. He was scary good at that.
And let me guess that it was probably did it out of love. I think that's what it is.
Maybe. But it was tough to live up to his exacting expectations. But I tried. I felt the weight of legacy. I wanted to do him proud. He said I had to learn the business, Run some freight, see how credits flow, speak the language. Meanwhile, he's working some angle for a government job for me after. That sounded even more miserable than what I was doing.
It should have asked you what you wanted first, I guess.
I know, right? Even after I was with the Rangers, Dad was just always needling, angling for me to join the government. But by then I knew myself more, and I could stand up to him. And Lillian, well, she helped. If I let Jacob into Cora's life, he'll dream up some big future for her and tie her into knots like he did with me. A man could teach a master class in manipulation.
If he does anything like that, I'm sure you shut it down fast.
Well, like you said, I've taken a lot of hard knocks, learned a thing or two. Yeah, I might be able to make sure Jacob stays a good, doting granddad. Or else, I guess I got more to think about.
Right. Oh, so, well, we're not having a relax, I guess, just yet. We're going to... we'll see. Hopefully it's not a starborn vessel. I think my ship's alright at the last battle we got into, Sam. But, you know, I don't fancy running into more starborn.
Ship's good. Welcome, let's go. Red apogee, surrounded by stars and the vastness of space.
Doesn't look like a starborn. Hello? This is George Collins. I don't think this is going to work. I'm going to attempt a docking procedure. Please stop screaming at me. Wait a minute. I recognize this. This old Earth stuff. This is old Earth stuff.
Green lights on outer hatch. We're docked.
Ah, a compatible docking procedure. It's yeah, I recognize it from the NASA place. Yeah, this is old Earth stuff.
Stay alert. Weapons at the ready.
Remember, you're human.
Of course I'm human. I take it you're expecting someone else.
It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
Well, I'll be. This is like a time capsule. Except with living, breathing people. We have got to explore this ship.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
I'm George Collins, and I'm here to help. Your ship is unlike any that I've seen. What can you tell me about the design?
I don't know all the particulars, but I'll try to answer as best I can. It's a colony ship. It was built long ago by our ancestors to sustain our crew over hundreds of years in space through generations of travelers. It's sturdy, fast, and spacious. That last one is important because we had to take as many supplies as possible with us on the journey and still have ample space for our crew.
I'm Judge Collins, and I'm here to help.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by, well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and the others.
You know, these others are human beings and they were here first?
Of course, we know that now. Human or not, we were still unable to communicate our intentions. As soon as we discovered them, we fully expected negotiations would be necessary. Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. DaCosta, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am. For security purposes.
Look at all your old tech.
To fear our guest, but
Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
So this ship never got the...
Colony ship Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting from here on out. The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
So, here we are.
So a place belongs in a museum. Heck, it is a museum.
We didn't believe anyone would be out here, but I'm glad for it.
How long have you been captain?
I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly.
Okay. How's your crew holding up?
A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually.
Is it difficult being a captain of a colony ship?
Difficult is the wrong word. It can be both challenging at times and also exciting. Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end is truly exhilarating. But with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I fear tough choices will need to be made.
It sounds like you could use some help with your situation here.
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
It does. The people in Paradise will want the same. I'll help.
Ah, so they have a name. Paradiso. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us.
I'll try, but diplomacy may require compromises.
Yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such, but initially I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there.
Alright, you can't just, yeah, Parama 2 is, it's why not settle the other side?
We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, But our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world.
I don't like the way you're talking. Why not integrate? Okay, no promises. I'll be able to convince them.
Now, it makes little sense to give up before you try. Thank you, and good luck.
What?
It's good to be out and about.
Anything interesting?
Yes, indeed. Take it.
Bit of iridium. Thank you.
We've got strict rules around here.
I don't like the sound of... I don't like... Oh yeah, we just want you to kick an entire populace off the planet so we can take it over. No, that's not how it works.
Just...
So I'm assuming these people haven't got a grav drive.
To be back.
Think of that, Barrett.
Lost in my thoughts, but glad to be back.
I am aware that this is your 8th visit to our resort. Your repeat patronage is much appreciated. Is there any assistance I may offer?
Yeah, it's like a hotel kind of place, isn't it? I mean, are these part of the Freestar Collective?
You don't need to wear your helmet.
Paradiso. I've been saving for a week-long vacation with Cora. Swimsuits and Mai Tais. I'm counting the days.
Oh, they got enhance here. Cool.
Yet another nice day in Paradiso.
Oh, this looks lovely. Look at this. Yeah, I think Cora would like it here. I mean, a bit of a relaxing...
Train just standing here. How much is it for a night? No, don't tell me.
It's probably expensive. We need to get a business running first. Got helmets and...
Can't wait to get out of here for the day. Welcome to Paradiso Gift Shop and Convenience. Feel free to look around, but don't break anything or you've got to buy it. And before you ask, there aren't any discounts, so don't even try to haggle with me.
Let's see what you have.
Yes, that's what I'm here for.
16 weapons. All the finer things we could ever want. For some reason, I'm always looking for like advanced things. Just looks really good.
Have fun out there.
I will. I mean, I'd just relax at the beach, I think. Because that's what you do it here, I feel. It's just a relaxing place, a pleasure place.
Excuse me.
Oh.
You can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment?
I kind of do. You have a problem with a ship in orbit and I'm here to help. Am I here on important business? Do you know who I am?
I really don't, and I can't have you barging in on the executives while they're working. So if you need something, you can talk to me. That's the best I can do, I'm afraid.
Do I really need one?
I'm afraid so, yes. Sorry, but that's just how it is with the board. They're generally very busy, so any outside parties need to book appointments in advance.
I kind of do. You have a problem with a ship in orbit and I'm here to help.
Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board?
No. I'm ready to go in.
Sure. Have fun in the shark tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are. We've got something special here. We should embrace that.
Belom's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said, I think there's a middle ground. Maybe build up the beachfront at a boardwalk amusement park. I've had this idea to build artificial hot springs, that sort of thing.
Sounds good. I'll look into what that will cost us and we can circle back around to this.
Just doing my part to make sure Paradiso remains a paradise.
Sounds great. The kind of meeting I really didn't need. Hey.
Well, lucky I'm not like the other board members, lazing about the beaches without a care in the universe. Hello? I didn't realize Kiwi was letting people in here.
I understand you're the man I need to talk to about the strange ship in orbit.
I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm going to cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there, causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens!
Let's just get to the matter at hand.
Ah, we're being direct then. Good on you. So, what do you know about this dodgy ship I'm hearing all about?
It's a generational ship full of colonists from Earth, here after about 200 years.
Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do.
Why can't they just settle here on the other side of the planet or something?
We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they might come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance.
These are human beings and you're worried about landscape? That's absurd.
Well, absurd or not, that's our official stance. I make the decisions that are best for our entire group. You don't.
Alright, that's great. Why can't they just let some of other authority handle this?
We operate outside of the Free Stars only, you see, partially because we don't want anyone else meddling in our affairs. And we'd rather not draw attention to it, as I've mentioned. It could be bad for business. We'd much rather settle this independently.
Fair enough. Ah, okay, so you're a part of your own kind of thing. Cease to exist? Are you suggesting I destroy the ship?
I'm not suggesting anything. Other than it would make our lives so much easier if that ship ceased existing. Make of that what you will.
Wait, why do I have to buy the grav drive?
It's not our responsibility to bear the brunt of that cost. We're being more than generous by offering the use of our engineering team to help install it. A custom grav drive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary means nor the connections to get a hold of that kind of technology. That leaves the only other party in this negotiation. You.
So they can live here, but they have to be indentured servants?
Oh, I didn't say that specifically. This would be a mutual contract for room and board in exchange for services rendered. Of course, there's no telling how long this arrangement will last, given the substantial costs we'd need to take on in order to accommodate them here, including their continued room and board. But this may save the resort on operating costs in the long term, as we'd be able to let go of some of our current paid staff.
I think I've made up my mind.
Which proposal will you be taking to the good captain? I assume there's a captain?
I'll buy the grab drive and convince them to settle elsewhere.
Ah, good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck.
There's a lot of land out there for the taking. It'll be hard. Talk to anyone enlist. But it'll be theirs.
Right. On behalf of the Paradiso Group, we appreciate your help.
Yeah, I definitely think bringing those people here wouldn't be a good idea for them.
Knowing you're in our capable hands.
You know, we got droids for that, right? Right, that's unfortunate that they can't just settle the other side of the planet. I guess we just have to make sure that they're all right with the grab drive and give them an updated star map as they suggested. I think we'll be all right if we can do that. Well, I think hopefully they'll be all right, because with a new star map they can see like, oh, this clearly has the correct atmosphere, gravity, and all that stuff when it comes to finding a planet. So I definitely think everything will be a-okay if they have a new grab drive. I was saving up to upgrade some of our things, but oh well.
I can't believe Ron Hope's dead.
Keep an eye on your valuables.
Yeah.
We got company, I think.
Ow! What the hell? What are you doing?
Any script you can walk away from is a good one.
The hell?
Trucks in space. Their motto always cracks me up.
I guess they were a bit salty with what I did.
If you get the credits, we got what you need.
Ugh, so uncivilized. Hopefully that'll be the last of that now.
Hey.
Oh no, that wouldn't work. The O2 needs enough capacity for the whole ship. We could save valuable weight if we got rid of the pilot seat. Maybe an ottoman?
I hear you're an expert with grab drives and other ship parts. I need to ask a favor.
Sure, that sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time.
Oliver Campbell sent me. I'm here about a grab drive for an old colony ship.
Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you. Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era, and I have a decent idea what we're dealing with. So grab drives didn't really take off until after the ship was built. But I've got access to an ancient grab drive that looks like it could be compatible. With some minor adjustments. It's in good shape, too. Parts not cheap, though. Neither is the labor. Just pay the combined cost of parts and labor, and it's yours.
Sure thing. 40,000. You know what? Let's. Sure.
You're darn right it is. I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people. Pleasure working with you.
Pleasure working with you too. How much did that cost me? Oh. I'm good for it right now. It's a good job.
We're locked in.
Like I recognize it from like the NASA place. It looks very similar. Like there's big tower one, but I think that was just a replica. Alright, where's the captain?
Careful waving that fancy gun around. You don't need to see what we can do.
Fancy gun. Oh yeah, I suppose. I mean, if you really want to see fancy, this is fancy. Hey.
Appreciate the good engineer, whether they know it or not. I was hoping to talk to our visitor from outer space, and here you are! Welcome, welcome! I have a million burning questions, but I won't overwhelm you. There will be plenty of time for that later. Please, indulge me just a couple. How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster than light travel and eclipse our poor old ship?
That's, yeah. We have gravity drive technology. I could talk in depth about it, the physics of all of it. I could do it. I could talk for days about it.
Oh, I've heard of this technology, but always believed it was theoretical in nature. Maybe we can talk about it in more detail later. I'm sure you have more pressing matters to handle. I've waited this long. What's a little longer, eh? Oh, I've got so many questions, but I'm being rude. I haven't even given you my name. Chief Engineer Kazemi, but you can call me Amin. And, I might add, I'm one of the reasons we're still floating out here today.
Hey, I'm George Collins. There's something else I need to talk to you about, Amin.
Yes, of course. Anything for my new friend.
I'm supposed to help you prep the ship for grav drive.
What grav drive? Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we need to do. All right. This will be fun. And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I have just received word that the drive is here. Ready to get to work?
Hell yeah. I am so ready.
You do? Well, this should be a bit easier, though I must remind you, the ship is much older than the ones you're likely used to working on. So, listen to me first. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Got it? Let's hop to it!
Sure. Okay. Yep, let's... Do we do that first? Starship, magnetic flange pipe enclosures. Decouple. Starship engineering, we'll do that. Cool. More Starship engineering, we'll do that. Engineering computer alpha. Ship engineering turbo pump port. Yep, starboard engineering, carrier radiator auxiliary. Cool. Cool.
Sure is nice to know there are other people out there.
Wow.
Engineering control. Yes. Plasma runoff inhibitor. I thought you said to 5%? Yeah. Nice.
I've heard about you, but
to go both your end and mine. Can you go inform the captain while they're finishing the installation?
A sure thing. Okay.
I heard you came from outside the ship. I bet it was pretty cold out there.
Yeah.
Captain Brackenridge says the future is bright, but I think the Constant was pretty bright too, so I don't really know what
will
she
always
means.
be a part of my life. Hello there. Given that I don't know you, you must be this visitor I've been hearing so much about. I'm Julia, the Constant's chief historian. It's nice to meet you on this momentous occasion.
What can you tell me about the Constant?
As chief historian, I can tell you a lot, probably. What do you want to know?
Who were the original crew of the Constant?
We're the descendants of wealthy elites, intellectuals, artists, scientists, and others who left Earth in 2040 to spread humanity to the stars. The thinking was that Earth's days were numbered for a variety of reasons. Our finder, Rupert Brackenridge, had the foresight to plan for the worst. Thus, he constructed this colony ship to settle what seemed like the most habitable planet we could find, knowing full well it would take generations to reach. We suspected that we may have been the only ones to leave Earth, given that no one else seemed to have the same idea. I'm glad we appear to be wrong.
How long have you been traveling?
Well, we launched Tuesday, September 27th, 2140. So, about 190 years now. Would have been longer, but it turns out we have an ace navigator who saved us some time with some tricky maneuvers.
Okay. Why is the ship called the ES Constant?
ECS stands for Earth Colony Ship.
Oh.
We wanted a fairly inclusive name to represent the planet, and not a particular nation of origin. There was an old colony ship that sailed across the oceans of Earth from a country called England to settle on a new continent. It was called either the Susan or Sarah Constant. No one seems to know for sure, so ours was shortened to just Constant. Ironically enough, that ship also reached what they thought was new land, and found it populated when they arrived. As chief historian, I can tell you a lot, probably. What do you want to know?
It's okay, I think I've had enough.
You know where to find me if you ever want to know more.
Can you tell me what it means to be chief historian?
If you ask around, people will either tell you my job is absolutely critical to the mission, or I just hang out, read, and watch movies. There's more to it than that. Officially, I'm assigned to the role of chief historian. Generations ago, it used to be lawkeeper of humanity, but that seemed a bit too lofty. While I don't think my job is as important as captain, engineering officer, or cultivation manager, it's still vital to our mission.
Sounds like important work.
Thanks for saying so. Another time, then?
I wonder how many other planets are out there that we can live on.
Essentials of modern macro.
Million.
Cool. Oh. Sweet.
Mom and Dad were scared when you came on board, but I don't know why.
Okay.
You seem okay.
Detention. Look at all these old books, these old terminals. Old books, I said. Right, Shanghai. That seems really cool.
I bet you've been on.
Hey, Captain.
Now that you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life. No matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down.
The grav drive is installed. You should be all set now.
Well, well, it would appear we have the means to go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done.
No problem. Glad it all worked out.
Without you, we'd most likely be stuck. But you went above and beyond. I'll make sure people tell tales of your generosity for as long as our society lives. I don't know if we can ever fully repay you. Thank you again.
Thanks. Whatever you... oh, just a bunch of antique crap. I appreciate it. Maybe it can be sold.